your phone goes off, or
Well,
it's inflation, you know.
We haven't arrived at that moment yet.
What was
You know,
before the meeting?
We want to put in addition to the agenda, we could do that, I suppose.
There you go. Keep life interesting.
Those are the timesheets? Tyler got a lot of hours.
Yeah, he said he was.
Well, he's always telling me how many hours he's
All right. So what's
got.
got?
And 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, all right, call meeting to order. Any additions, Dan, to the agenda?
Not that I know.
Anybody else got anything you want to add?
Nope.
Okay. Then let's move on. Minutes of the July equalization meeting, those are the ones that are on top. Anybody got any
Motion to approve.
motion approved, second?
Or second. Second, I got it.
Motion second, Stan and Boone, any discussion? No discussion, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, the regular meeting minutes, and the second one is in front of you. Any changes on there? You all had a chance to look those over anyways. Need a motion to approve?
All motion.
Motion by Brian Miller, second by Boone. Any discussion? Discussion, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. And then the last one, the July Wells County Commissioner Special Meeting Minutes. That was on July 29th. Any
Motion to approve.
motion made by
Or
Stan,
second.
second by Brian Lout. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. All right. Time sheets for review, anything out of the ordinary?
They're all in order. We'd like to have one from it was Burton, but I just get a hours full. It still doesn't have it.
You probably don't because it puts in twice as much to get paid.
This is bad.
Pretty much.
Who was you talking about? Oh,
Okay, then let's move on down the line to the bills. Let's see, I had some questions here.
Oh, this is that. Oh.
TK elevator, yeah. That's still, that's the first installment.
But he did, this was, well,
What was on
Did the Bose Bank account reserve account, that's,
Postage meter,
that's what?
postage meter.
Yeah, that's going at $10,000. What is that? Cover a
That's
whole year?
kind of the amount that goes on there. It doesn't cover a whole year. We put it on there as needed. But you've got a big mailing coming up with not tax statements in the end of November. That will be a big mailing as well. We don't have to do preliminary tax statements anymore, but you still have to send out a notification for the public hearing, so.
Isn't
that's
that
not-
stupid?
That's not gonna change the mailings at all.
So it kind of defeats the whole purpose of that.
Well, it doesn't get everybody up in arms necessarily, but you still have to spend the exact same amount of postage,
That
because
is-
it used to be, you only got a preliminary tax statement if you owed more than $100 in taxes.
Yeah.
Now, everybody gets a notification of the public hearing dates.
I mean, could you put them in a paper on a baseball and call it good? I mean, legislature.
The other question, with the bottom, the Otter Tail bill, is that because of the fair stuff, that's so high?
Well, I assume that a lot of that, you know, you had all those campers and
Yeah.
all
Oh,
the
yeah.
that's a
rides,
couple different
Oh,
and
yeah.
anything that,
Couple
took electricity, which is a lot of it, so.
Yeah. That's right, because there was the school reading.
The week
Yeah, that was
before.
week before.
Right, there should be some income to offset that.
It won't be income to us, though, it'll be income to the airport. And I'm interested in hearing when they're here today, how they came out on that,
Yeah.
so. Any other questions there?
I think those are the ones I had. Anybody else? Yes, is there any questions? Motion to approve the bills?
So moved.
Motion made by Boone, is there a second? Second by John Miller. Any discussion? No other discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Okay. As far as the balance sheet goes, there's nothing on there, anything unusual. You can see, I guess, we just went through a cycle of paying all the political subdivisions, and again, only the schools get paid every month, everybody else gets paid 4 times a year. So you see all those payments down there below, and then the income that has come back in, and so on, and what remains there right now. You have those same areas that we're always gonna have until eventually get ourselves out of hock on some of those accounts, but nothing unusual there. Again, it's about the 4th line down, your capital projects, right around where we thought it would be, and then we collect taxes again. There at the end of this year and into the next, we'll have the money that we need, for example, for the, to fund our portion of the grant to replace that bridge. That's why that's there, so. And then, you know, you combine all of these and they get impressive all together, but that doesn't necessarily mean that, those are dollars that you can go out and spend. Social services is their own deal, jail and transportation is its own thing, the emergency fund is its own thing, social services, of course, and so on. Do you have any questions on this sheet here?
It's just a observation. We have 6 fire districts in our county, right?
I think it's actually 7 now with COVID additional.
Oh, okay. So anyway, their payments, how does that, is that determined by the size of it? Or how's that determined? The amount that each of those gets?
You talking state aid or are you talking tax
Well,
collection?
yeah,
This is tax collection here.
Oh, I
and-
see.
And state aid and, you know, anything else that comes along. So part of it is, you know, is the taxes they want collected, and part of it is state aid.
yeah.
Each district has a different mill levy, right?
Yeah,
I know the doc, each district is size-wise, bigger, smaller.
and then they
That's
have
why they-
valuation differences.
That,
and sure.
you know, because there's different figures there, so.
I'm guessing the Cascade Fire District is rather small.
Pretty small.
Yeah.
And
Versus Harvey's.
Pheasant's real large, and Harvey's pretty large, and
And then Maddox must be pretty small, so.
that sneaks down into just a,
See, and Maddox will get most of theirs from Benson County.
Right.
So,
there are some areas that I hope between the Rockford, Cheyenne, Maddox, and Pheasant, we have areas of the county and city of Harvey, city of Hurtsfield, and part of some townships in the extreme southwestern part here don't collect taxes for fire districts. Now, they still, city of Harvey is a good example of this. Indirectly, we pay for that, but the city of Harvey pays the fire district. Taxpayers don't. It's not on my tax statement, it's not on yours, not on yours. Same thing with the city of Hurtsfield, and the same thing up here. In fact, I've been in conversations with Cheyenne, Rockford, and Maddox. You need to get that changed.
I know.
This idea where they just build a township for it, and townships are all split up, just seems ridiculous to me. And so they're at least discussing it, but getting folks to vote in favor of that is, I'm sure that's going to be a tooth pulling contest, but everybody in the state of North Dakota is supposed to be covered by both an ambulance district and a fire district. There's not 1 square inch of Wallace County that's not covered now by an ambulance district. Fire district, they are covered, but they're not
Not
paying
paying
for it. So hopefully we'll get that changed, but it won't be this year.
Yeah, interesting.
So the ones that aren't covered?
And they're all covered.
And-
they're not paying
No,
for
but
it.
they're not paying for it though.
They are paying for it, but it's not on their tax statements, so Valhalla Township's gonna have to write a check to the Cheyenne Fire District.
Who is?
Valhalla, part of the other one, is at Norway Lake, they're gonna have to write a check to both of them, Cheyenne and to Meta, because they got property that's not part of a taxing district, and that does not make any sense to me. No square inch of North Dakota is not covered by a school district. So everybody's paying those taxes.
So those townships, they bill those?
The department.
Or, I mean, the
bills
fire
township.
department bills those?
And, so I mean, you are paying for it, but it's indirect. Wouldn't you rather know?
Yeah.
No. But that's not my concern, that's their concern, I think.
Need a motion to approve the balance sheet?
We do.
Yeah.
Don't move.
Yeah.
Oh, we do?
Brian Lau,
Second.
Stan, second, any discussion? No discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Okay.
And then we won't spend a whole lot of time on this, but you can look at your CDs and money market and all that good stuff. Our general fund is getting down there. I don't know that it will probably be not this next month, but the following month, we may have to start pulling a few dollars out of some of this stuff. Our last CD of the year comes up in the middle here of August, and I'm not sure what rate we'll get. I would like to get somewhere in that 4 1/4 range, but if so, we'll put it back in there. Otherwise, see where that goes. But turning to the next page there, as far as funds controlled by the commission, you can see the various totals there. Again, that House bill money there, a good solid, more than half of that is going to go away as a result of that Amber Exclude project and so on. Highway department still isn't in great shape, but it's improving slowly but surely. So, any questions on either of those 2 pages?
The Hamburg project up there, when was that supposed to be done? Everybody keeps
After Labor
asking.
Day.
It's, yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna be sometime right after
October.
Labor Day, hopefully during the month of September.
September, okay, so in September, that'll just help.
I think the deadline's 30th of September, isn't it?
I couldn't remember.
Or 1st of October, yeah.
So you can ask him now when he's here today,
Yeah.
so. The only other thing I guess that we need is approval for Laura and I continue to just move money, put money in, take money out, whatever.
Motion to approve.
Motion Stan, second by Brian Lau, any discussion on that?
Brian,
He's Brian Miller.
Yes,
I said Brian Miller.
Well,
Too much birthday yesterday?
I'm sure you would have approved anyway.
we got you anyway.
Anyway, any other discussion, thanks, man. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Handful of correspondence elements there. That first one is a letter from Recorder's Information Network. And it just talks about document preservation fund and so on and so forth. And Wallace County got a check back for $2731.63. And if you got questions specific to that, you're probably going to have to talk to Carrie about that. That's her department there. Next item is from Game and Fish on the bow and gun season for pronghorn. So do with that as you see fit.
Why do we get that?
We've never got stuff like that before.
Yeah, they send all that stuff out from time to time that deals with fishing. Usually put it on the board. Maybe I haven't been giving it to you.
Just haven't seen anything, so I was just curious if there was something.
No, it's nothing unusual, so.
They're just a guideline or a suggestion.
Spoken like a true leader, okay.
Right.
Say, pass this to Dan, this is correspondence, I mean, you probably got it.
Yeah, that's probably, yeah, this is related to the next one that you have.
Oh, okay.
Believe it or not, when it comes to the human service zone funding, you know, the counties have to provide the information, and that stands to reason. They're not going to know otherwise, even though it is all state money that comes in there. But they actually send you a letter now, they did this last year too, that tells you you're late, even though the stuff isn't even due yet. So this information is due in September, but this letter tells you, you need to do this. And the first time this occurred, I was thinking, are we late on this?
Well, that's why, when I first heard it, I thought, what the heck?
Oh, you're not late on it. In fact, I reached out to the gal, because it's a new person. We got rid of the other one that nobody seemed to understand what the formula was. So we do have a new person, and it's somebody in North Dakota, which I hope that makes it an improvement, but I guess time will tell. But that's merely stating that we have to get them the information for social services. And the easy part is the direct stuff, because they pay all their salaries, they set their salaries, all that stuff. The hard part is the indirect part. What part of the state's attorney's costs can be attributed to social services? What part of my office's services can be attributed to social services? Because they do pay. Why do they pay part of my salary? Because I do their payroll.
Right.
And you pay their bills. So it's a complicated formula. Hopefully it becomes a little bit less complicated going forward.
This is only guess. In your estimation, are we making money, breaking even, or losing money on indirect costs in the last year? Or there's no way of knowing?
It would be really, really hard to tell. There's probably a few dollars that seemingly don't get spent, but that would be a portion of all of her salary. Okay, because so your indirect money ends up in your general fund, and the portion for Foster County and Eddy County, we just write them checks now. There's no more paying their bills. We used to pay their bills for them. You remember
Yeah.
the big?
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay, we don't do that anymore. We just cut them a check, and they're responsible for their own stuff. And their check is set by the state of North Dakota.
oh, it is?
Yes.
So you don't have to decipher that.
You don't have to
That's
decide
not
that.
big,
That was
right?
cleaned up pretty good then.
Yes.
Yes.
And it, you know, and when you take on something like that, when the state took over social services for so they said, okay, that's pretty complex.
Oh my.
Okay, that's kind of a big deal. And then so they created the direct portion of it where they pay the salaries and the benefits and all that stuff. That's easy. But it is, how much of the Foster County courthouse
Heat bill.
utility bills and the space that they use, how do you quantify that?
Yeah, that's-
This is a pretty large building right here. Okay? Social services only pays for a fraction of it. Okay? It's a complex deal. So the money goes into our general fund, and I would say that we don't spend everything that we get, and the reason being is that somebody's already paying the state's attorney's salary, somebody's already paying the auditor and the deputy auditor's salary. Kami coming over here to clean, somebody's already,
Well, we should have extra stuff in the general. then.
There should be.
Because
There
we're already
absolutely should be.
paying for it.
yeah. Anything else on anything related to the financial element? Okay. And then the last component here in terms of correspondence is, I don't know if you've gotten a postcard yet, but Wold Engineering reached out to let you guys know that they would be hosting a social at NDACO Sunday evening on the 6th of October.
Everybody get registered for the conference?
Not yet.
Not yet. I will.
And the purpose of me sending that out is if you all register at the same time, you get one bill instead of getting the possibility of 5 different bills. And so that's why I had to do that kind of early. But if you haven't done that, I would encourage you to do so. Your room is already secured, so you don't have to worry about that.
We'll go to this policy next.
A portfolio
Go
is,
portfolios. Miller, you got anything?
I talked to Chris and the car is waiting on decals, I guess, at Updalls. I don't know when that's gonna be, who knows. But otherwise it's ready to go after that. And then he interviewed somebody yesterday, but I'm not sure how that went, so. That's what, sounds like it's been tough finding anybody to fill the open positions. Otherwise, yeah, not much else he didn't have the sheriff's.
Assuming Benson County's looking for 1 or 2 people too.
Hopefully those ones aren't coming here.
Well,
There was one that was argued already.
the second or third deputy may not be too bad. Doesn't mean Newton's bad.
It's got a mess there.
Yeah. Does Ward still put any hours in?
Yeah.
I didn't look.
He had like 40 stone garden.
Just Stone Garden?
Yeah. All the other
Because
ones
I had
had-
my infusion yesterday in Bismarck and drove past this and the vehicle, Wells County vehicle's still sitting there. His house, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stan, you got anything?
You know, I don't, other than, first one knows, and not first one knows, Janet's gonna have a baby here pretty soon, so.
It looks that way.
That. Don't accuse her of having twins though, somebody did that about a month ago, she didn't take it too lightly. She did, she's just born. Yeah, so, but, pretty capable assistant there, she can work from home, so I think that'll be okay.
Lou?
I don't have nothing, but I think Dan talked to Kerry about, appointed to elected,
Okay.
as far as I know. They visited on that a little. But I think she's still on board with it.
Yeah.
That's good news.
Okay, very good. Then I got is, Brent took a little vacation time there a week or so ago, and other than that, things are going as usual.
I haven't really heard anything, I haven't contacted anybody from the airport, however, I went to the fair, and I know that they have a couple of water. And, I did see the fire departments were out there really pumping water and helping, that was a nice thing to see.
Somebody just can't apply for.
No, I did stop at the county agent's office the other day, she was there alone that day, because Connie had a funeral and stuff, and, anyway, she's going to Hawaii, but she's gotta finish something off with her master's or whatever, she's going out there to test it. Other than that, she was good.
Excellent. Where's that guy from?
I think over in the Jamestown area, I thought.
she's got family there, I want to see if she's in Minnesota.
Yeah, but I mean, she's got connections there.
She come to the first meeting.
She'll be here, I think, next month, she could be here today. She's coming.
Great.
Other than that,
Okay, very good. Dan, you got anything to add?
No, you know where she is? She's in Hawaii.
yeah,
It's part of her school.
yep.
Well, Hawaii in the summertime.
I would have insisted that this trip take place in January.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
She said that she couldn't set that.
I bet not.
Okay, very good. Is that this one?
Okay, there is no one here to address the commission, or no one reached out to address the commission through the public comments portion. But each month I'll likely include that, just so you have the quote-unquote rules in front of you. But I don't expect there to be long lines of people waiting to address you anyway, but, so we have that in place, and
So this is a new law, right?
yes.
And does this include like our water boards?
Every meeting.
Every political
Every
subdivision,
meeting,
school
yeah.
districts, fire departments, ambulance districts.
Zoning board,
Townships,
townships.
and
They all gotta have it.
they all have to have it, and like, I believe the Township Association created one for all townships.
Oh,
Like a template.
Yep, and so it's just little things like that. I will have use for one tonight for the first time at
Right.
zoning, planning and zoning. So you have to have it, all North Dakota laws, unless there's an emergency clause, and then those go back on August 1st following the legislative session. So technically, you have to have one today, and we do, but no one's here, so. Okay.
Well, speaking of new laws, it's kind of along the line, and maybe you don't have to do this, but the townships all need a public hearing for their budgets
Yes.
in
and
August?
Between September 7th and October 7th, just like us.
Oh, okay.
Now, the understanding originally was, the way I understood it is, I was told that they would not have to do this if their meetings in March satisfied this requirement.
Okay.
But right at the end of July, so last week, we got notice, and it
That
came
email.
from the Township Association saying that no, townships have to do this too. So I contacted all 36 townships yesterday. You're a part of that group.
That was my question. Do you have to contact them and beg them
I
to do it?
I didn't have to contact them, but I thought I'd better because
They won't know.
they won't do it otherwise. In
Oh.
fact, I got text back with expletives in it, as if it were my idea. All right?
was it?
It's not, so.
Dan came up with it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
that pay
that's your commissioners at work right there. So, no, I'm sure they don't like it, I'm sure they don't understand it, but you wanna know, it's like anything else. I've been conducting these meetings for at least 15, maybe 18 years between the school and here. We had to do this. Used to be, if you didn't take at least $100,000 in taxes, you didn't have to do it.
It used to be if you didn't increase, you didn't have to do it
And then
either.
there was that too, if you had no increases, you wouldn't have to do it, and then it became, if you take $100,000, now it's everybody. So, I didn't make the rule, but I also can tell you, I only ever had what I would call an audience at a meeting. That was when I was with the school, and we had to put 16.74% in the newspaper. That got them out. So, and then they got there and said, oh, well, okay, I guess this isn't what I thought it was. But I usually would get 4 or 5 people that would show up. And you can count on one hand the people that have shown up for your meetings. Not very many, but do it anyway.
Well, how many are gonna show up at these township meetings? That's my point. The state legislature, come on, what are you thinking about?
The harder part for them is, you also have to make your budget publicly available. So what does that mean? I got a website, I can put it on. None of our townships have a website.
No.
No, I doubt the fire department, do you have a website? I didn't think so. But you have a smaller constituency, so what they'll probably have to do is, if you want a copy of the budget, email Larson, or whatever, get the Bowden fire budget or whatever. You want the counties, I'll just point them to a web link and go online and look at it all day long if you want to.
Township, that's.
So it'll be a challenge for the small cities, for the ambulance fire, but you know what, there again, I don't think they're gonna face any long litany of people who want to look at their budget either.
Well,
From the state standpoint of view, when they're doing flex funding, all these different programs and stuff that they do, this allows them to not have to search everywhere. They can go to the page